On Capitol Hill, Republicans moving to block all taxpayer funding for the left-wing activist group ACORN. The Republicans demanding that President Obama cut that funding, and if he doesn't, they say they'll introduce legislation to try to do it themselves. Also today, Senator Richard Shelby wrote Senator Chris Dodd, the chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, Shelby calling for a congressional investigation of ACORN. Senator Dodd's office tells us Senator Dodd now supports an appropriate investigation, as they put it, of ACORN. The Senate yesterday passed an amendment that bars ACORN from receiving federal funds under the Transportation and Housing Bill. And the Census Bureau has already dropped ACORN from its planned role in the 2010 census. We've been reporting here for some time about ACORN and its employees who've been investigated and convicted of voter registration fraud all across the country. Now this broadcast has uncovered a tie-in between ACORN and a candidate for high office in New York. The case shows just how entwined ACORN and political campaigns, finances, and candidates have become. Bill Tucker has our report.
ACORN has links with dozens of affiliated organizations across the United States, sharing office space, staff, and goals. Last year, workers for the organization were investigated for alleged involvement in voter registration fraud. The National Legal and Policy Center, a longtime critic of ACORN, says it has other concerns.
Well, ACORN's under investigation in a number of states for allegations of voter registration fraud. But I think there's an even deeper scandal when it comes to their finances.
Earlier this month, New York City's Campaign Finance Board expressed concern that 7 candidates might be in violation of campaign laws because they were not paying full value for services from Data and Field Services. That's a firm created by the Working Families Party, which works out of the same building as ACORN. The board says its concern is Data and Field Services might be offering discounts to council members for services to dodge contribution limits. City Councilman Bill de Blasio paid affiliates of ACORN $110,000 for campaign services, including $5,000 to Data and Field Services for a list of voters. Other campaigns complained that was too little. De Blasio is a supporter of ACORN, and in 2008, he and 3 other council members directed $75,000 to ACORN Housing to provide income tax preparation assistance. De Blasio declined our request for an interview. ACORN refused to take questions from Lou Dobbs tonight about its links to the Working Families Party and Data and Field Services. 2 months ago, Republican Darrell Issa, ranking member on the House Oversight Committee, described ACORN as a deliberately opaque shell game designed to hide the movement of funds between different parts of the organization and its affiliates.
One of the secrets to ACORN's success is there are more corporations than there are states in the union, and probably than there are counties in most states. They've been able to make it impossible for you to see the back and forth, and often they're located in the same physical building.
ACORN has received more than $53 million in taxpayer dollars since 1994. Now, Lou, ACORN was already hot water here in New York City over the release of hidden videotapes showing employees advising undercover filmmakers as a pimp and a prostitute on how to hide that money. The Brooklyn District Attorney in New York today announced that he is opening an investigation into ACORN's actions. ACORN, as we know, has been critical of that tape, saying it was doctored, and have raised questions about the veracity of that tape. Lou?
And the questions are building about why now the U.S. Justice Department has not launched an investigation of its own.
They are indeed.
Thank you very much, Bill Tucker. Appreciate it.